You've crossed the line.
We're out of here.
All new at 11. Outrage from the family of Kyle Plush at a city councilman tonight. This is new video of the family storming out of that meeting about Plush's death in front of city council.
Good evening, everyone. Kyle Plush died a week ago tonight after he became trapped in his van. He called 911 twice and wasn't found until hours later.
The special meeting about Kyle's death wrapped up late tonight. City lawmakers met for hours trying to get accounts of just what happened. But as you just saw, it ended with an emotional outburst from Kyle's family.
9 on Your Side has live team coverage tonight. We are going to break down the big takeaways from the meeting in just a moment.
But first, 9 on Your Side's Ashley Zilka shows us why Kyle's family stormed out of that meeting in the first place. Ashley?
Well, guys, Kyle Plush's family sat here in City Hall for 5 hours and listened to testimony and apologies. Things stayed calm until Councilmember Wendell Young said this.
I suspect that there will be attempts to do what the law allows to be done to try to, in some way, make up for what happened with you. But there's no amount of money that's going to make you happy. There's no amount of that. I believe that.
If you couldn't hear, that's when Kyle Plush's father, Ron, said it's not about the money. Although Mr. Plush was visibly upset, Councilmember Wendell Young continued to talk.
There's no amount of blame that's going to make the situation better.
Plush's uncle, Robert, couldn't hold back his emotions.
Stop this right here.
At the end of the day,
This is the most insensitive thing I've ever heard.
At the
you
end-
guys were doing wonderful until this guy started talking.
At
I'm
the-
sorry, but you've crossed the line. You have crossed the line.
Kyle's father, uncle, aunt, and grandma left, and Young kept going.
at the end of the day, what I wanted to say simply is that I hope that we are able to find a solution that, again, makes certain we don't suffer this again.
Vice Mayor Christopher Smitherman then gave his closing remarks. Councilmember Amy Murray had to turn her chair away from the crowd to hide the fact that she was upset.
The Plush family leaving the way they did hurt me deeply and should hurt everybody. And what they said, they're speaking to us. Let's get it right.
Kyle's family hasn't spoken publicly since his death. His parents did release a statement last week saying they too have questions and want answers. Reporting live tonight, Ashley Zilka, 9 on Your Side.
Ashley, thank you. And as we mentioned, this meeting lasted for about 5 hours and included testimony about the city's emergency communication system from police and also a dispatch operator. 9 on Your Side's Kristen Swilley continues our team coverage right now. And Kristen, where does this investigation really stand tonight?
Yeah, well, Craig, people walked out of that 5-hour meeting with a lot of questions still unanswered. Two of the biggest were whether the emergency communication system failed and if the responding officers got out of the car to look for Kyle Plush.
Would it be routine for an officer, given the information that they had, to pursue opening a vehicle if they found one? Would they open a door? Would they crack a window? Do you know at this point if the responding officers got out of their vehicle?
I do not know that at this point.
It's been 1 week since Kyle Plush was found dead, and there is no definitive answer about why officers weren't able to find him.
It should not take 2 calls to get the right response. It's almost paradoxical around what an emergency is.
We learned about staff shortages at the 911 center.
We need to really look at this and make sure that we're not just throwing money at technology, because you have to have time and the people to support this technology.
But it's not clear if that was a factor in the disconnect between dispatch and police after Plush's second call that provided detailed information, including the make and model of his van. And there are contradicting stories about whether the computer system failed that night.
We did get a call about the CAD, and we ended up moving them back early that night due to we're not sure exactly what type of issues.
City Manager Harry Black is asking for a Sentinel event review, which points out weaknesses in a complex system to help root them out. It's designed to reduce the chances of this happening again.
We go in and we want to do the best job that we can, but we've not been given the tools or the training or the support.
Chief Isaac says the investigation will be done within 10 days. He'll turn the findings over to City Manager Harry Black, who will send out a memo shortly after. Craig.